In this video, I want to tell the story of how we got 13 people from all over the world to come stay with us in a mansion in Dalarna and speak nothing but Swedish for 9 days straight. It all started about a year ago when I got a direct message from a man named Ryan from Liverpool, and he had been living in Sweden for 3 years and still felt like he could not speak Swedish confidently. So he said that he had this idea that he got from working with one of his coaching clients, who this client of his was in the US Special Forces or Navy SEALs or CIA, I can't exactly remember, but it was during the Cold War where they locked everyone in a bunker to basically learn Russian because it was important for them to learn Russian. And they kept them down there for a very brief period of time. I think it was just a few weeks, and they noticed very, very quick progress and went from basically no Russian to starting to think and dream and do all of their day-to-day activities in Russian. He told me he wanted to replicate this experience when it came to learning Swedish, because the thing about Sweden is that Swedish people speak such great English. So for people that move to this country from England, Australia, or the US like myself, it can be very tough to learn the language because instead of struggling to speak very broken, poor Swedish, the Swedish people oftentimes just switch to speaking near perfect English, and that facilitates the communication much more quickly. But in order to learn the language, you need to push through those barriers and force yourself to speak the language, and that is the environment that we set out to create. So for the next year, we set out to plan this event little by little, and it started off with finding the perfect property in Dalarna where we could house all of our guests, marketing the event so we could bring in participants who are willing to pay to be a part of this experience, and then putting it all together, inviting guest lecturers such as Fun Swedish, Katrine from Slow Swedish, having fitness people come do yoga lessons and fitness training activities in Swedish, basically just creating this immersive environment where everything going on with our participants was happening only in Swedish. One thing that surprised me about the event is that when we originally created this, we expected it to be a situation where people were already living in Sweden that wanted to attend this, but most of the guests actually traveled to Sweden specifically for this event, sort of like a språk semester or a language vacation. So we had a guest from Australia, we had multiple guests from the US, we had a guest from Czech Republic, multiple from Germany. We even had a guest from Japan. So pretty much people from all over the world, and it created a really fun, dynamic, multicultural environment. And within hours of everybody being in the house together, it really started to get this family atmosphere that everyone was in it together. And I was so impressed. Nobody switched to English. They made the commitment to only speak Swedish in the house. We even had that we might have had like punishments for people that would speak English. So we had some cans of surströmming for people to eat if they would cheat and speak English in the house, but nobody spoke English the entire 9 days. So on the last day, some people just opened the can of surströmming for fun, and everyone was trying it out, which was pretty cool. In terms of the actual level of people's Swedish speaking abilities, I would say that in 9 days, it's tough to see a huge difference. I would say everyone learned a lot, a ton of new vocabulary, grammar, becoming more fluent because the language was more accessible in their head, so they could speak more freely and unencumbered. I would say after the 9 days, you're not going to go from not knowing a ton to being a language expert after just 9 days. So in order to join a program like this, you really need to be at like an A2 or a B1 level coming in. But I would say that all of the participants said that they felt more confident with the language, because I think when you go through this experience and you speak only that language for 9 days, you come out of that program knowing that you can speak this language, you can live your life with this language, very similarly to when I did my 1 month of speaking only Swedish and documented it on this YouTube channel. So I would say that this program helped give all of the participants that were there the confidence to speak more Swedish in their daily lives, not be afraid to continue to develop, and hopefully it's a good jumpstart for those people to really take their Swedish to the next level. And it takes time, but having that confidence with the language going forward is really gonna help them on their journeys. The highlight of the entire event for me was when we did the crayfish party on the last Friday. And it was really fun because a lot of the participants had never even tried crayfish before. And they got to do the whole experience singing the Snaps Visor and all the different songs that you sing. And then by the end of the crayfish party, it turned into a full-on karaoke session with everyone singing Swedish songs, putting up the lyrics on the projector screen. And that for me was a highlight. Because the demand was so high for this one, we've actually opened it up again now, December 30th to January 8th, to do a winter language lock-in in the same house, doing more winter activities instead of taking the Viking boats out and some of these summer types of things that we did this time. It'll be more winter activities. Next time there is a sauna and a jacuzzi on the property. That was another highlight for me, was going in the sauna basically every single day. So we'll definitely be doing a lot of sauna in the winter one. But if this sounds like something that would be a cool experience for you, if you want to improve your Swedish language abilities or just have a really unique experience with Swedish culture, I'd highly recommend this. And you can get more information on our website, languagelockin.com. I'll have a link below in the description if you would like to apply to go check that out. We haven't even really marketed the winter program yet, and we've already filled a lot of the spots in there. So I wanted to just let you guys know on my channel before it's full, so that those of you that would be interested in this type of experience can get a chance to book your spots before it's filled up and you have to wait 8 months for the next one after that. So with that being said, guys, I hope that you found this video interesting, and I look forward to some more exciting updates on this channel for all of you guys in the future.